Want free COD points, ain't got money. Stop using Razorback. Listen here, buddy. There's a link in the description. I want you to tap. Click that, earn points, download the app. Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty Black Ops 3 video, and this is a video that I've been talking about making for a while since the patch came out on this Tuesday, I think it was, or a few days ago. We had a huge patch to Black Ops 3, and in this video I'm going to be covering the top 5 guns in my opinion after the patch, because a lot has changed because of this patch. There's absolutely huge patch notes which I've been covering in this video. If you guys don't know them, I don't know if you guys have been sleeping under a rock, but there's a huge patch that came into the game, as well as some new weapons and all that sort of stuff. But before we get into this, I'd like to say I'm doing my giveaway, and my giveaway, I'm going to be giving the stuff away in tomorrow's video. So this is the last chance to enter it. All you have to do to enter is basically drop a like and a comment down in the comment section down below. And as you guys can see, this giveaway is powered by my new sponsor, Free My Apps, which is that cool little intro I had in the beginning. I tried to do something creative for the intro. Hopefully you guys don't mind it and find it kind of funny. It's a little rapping intro that I made. I think it's kind of cool, and it, you know, goes well with my other part of the intro. But basically that's who's powering the giveaway. I'm going to be giving away COD points for Xbox or PSN or wherever you guys are on in my video tomorrow. So if you guys want to enter that, drop a like and a comment. And the giveaway is powered by Free My App. So there's a link in the description to, if you're on your phone right now watching this video, I suggest you guys all go to that link in the description labeled free COD points. Click that and download that app, because it will really help me out, and that's a way you can actually earn free COD points just by downloading some apps. It's a pretty cool thing you can do if you want to get some COD points. So the link to that will be in the description, and let's get right into the video. You guys know how to enter the giveaway and all that sort of stuff. Let's talk about the top 5 guns in Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Now this video might be a long one. The first one I want to start off here by talking about, basically I'm going to go over all the guns, and then at the end I'm going to put them in order which I think is the best, because all these guns are very powerful, and every player is going to think a different one of these weapons is the best, and maybe your favorite weapon isn't even in the top 5. But let's start off by talking about the VMP. The VMP, what was changed in the latest patch is they basically added more recoil to the VMP. Now, I've played with all the weapons in this patch, and the VMP is still a very good SMG, but the more recoil is definitely noticeable. 100% you need to rock the grip with the VMP now, when before it was kind of optional. But I think that the VMP, you stick with the same sort of setup, the grip as well as the quick draw, and then your third attachment can be whatever you want. Those are the standard two. Grip and quick draw you definitely need on the VMP, and the VMP still is a strong SMG in this game, and it definitely still is in the top 5 guns. I would put it in the top 2 before this patch, but now even after this patch it's still in the top 5. The VMP is probably it's definitely my most killed gun. I have over 20,000 kills with the VMP when I don't even have 10,000 kills with anything else, and that's simply because the VMP was on top of the SMG game for so long. But now in this latest patch they patched some different SMGs which I'll be talking about, but VMP definitely still a good SMG. If you guys like that, it's definitely good to use. Just make sure you have a grip on it. Now the next one that I want to talk about is the Man of War. Now the Man of War was patched in this latest patch, and basically what they did is they made the aim down sight time a little bit slower and the reload time a little bit slower as well. Now I've tested this quite a bit. The Man of War is one that I've been testing for quite a while. The aim down sight speed, you can really not tell a difference. I could not tell a difference. The aim down sight on the Man of War was pretty slow before this patch, and especially now after this patch you really can't tell a difference. It's been slow the whole time, but the reload time really does hurt this Man of War. This reload time is definitely a patch to the Man of War, and the reload seems like it's in slow motion. It doesn't matter if you have fast mags, no fast mags, or extended mags on it. It doesn't matter. No matter what, it's going to have the same animation, but it's still in slow mode. So a lot of people might say, if you think this Man of War reload nerf is so hard, why would you put it in the top 5 guns in Black Ops 3? Because that's just how good the Man of War is. It's a reliable gun. It's super powerful. Now all I say is you have to run fast mags or extended mags and take your time with the reload. The gun is still reliable, no recoil, melts people, and it's still going to be a top 5 gun. But this patch definitely did hurt the gun, and it probably hurt this gun the most out of any of the guns, and that's why the Man of War, because it was so strong before, it's still going to be a top 5 gun, but it's definitely been brought down a few notches on my radar. Next gun we have to talk about here is of course the M8A7. Now the M8A7 was not affected at all in this patch, which is kind of crazy to think about, because this gun, I was saying before, this was the most overpowered gun in the game, was the M8A7 and the VMP. The VMP, they hit it with a little bit of a recoil nerf, but the M8A7, they didn't touch this gun at all, which means it's still a freaking god gun, and I don't know what they were thinking. They did no patch to this thing. The M8 can literally one burst people across the map. It's absolutely ridiculous. If you hit your shots, this is going to be one of, if not, this is the best assault rifle in the game, I gotta say. The M8A7 is such a good gun, and I suggest if you guys haven't got into using the gun, use it, get practice with it, get the attachments stock, quick draw, as well as long barrel. Any combination of those attachments does so well with this gun, and I definitely recommend doing that. Use this M8A7 because it's definitely going to be patched in the next patch. You can get my word on that. I mean, if they don't patch it, I'm just going to keep using it until they patch it, because that's how flippin' overpowered the M8A7 is. Now, the next gun we have to talk about here for the top 5 guns after the patch is, of course, the Vesper. I made an entire video on the Vesper yesterday talking about how to make the Vesper overpowered. The Vesper is such a good SMG. It is super powerful, and basically what they changed on the Vesper is they made it so it has less recoil, and this thing is absolutely crazy. The Vesper has taken a crazy ride. It's been on the top of the SMGs to the bottom of the SMGs, literally from the best SMG in the game to the worst, and now it's close to the top again with this other patch update. The one thing I will notice is when the Vesper was in its prime, it had a very good hipfire. Its hipfire isn't as good now, but because it lacks recoil, there's like little to no recoil on the Vesper. The Vesper and the VMP have similar recoils now. You need to run extended mags and grip on this Vesper, and you will absolutely wreck people. In my overpowered class setup I gave yesterday, I said extended mags, fast mags, grip, and that is definitely true. By using that, you will be able to wreck everyone on the whole map. Extended mags, fast mags, grip. I've seen people on Twitter, and a lot of the competitive players are absolutely complaining about the Vesper, because the Vesper is basically come in and taken over the competitive scene like a month before Call of Duty XP, and everyone's trying to adapt to it and change to it, because people are literally picking other people across the map off with this Vesper. And if you're playing against an M8A7 or any sort of assault rifle like a Man of War, M8A7, close range versus a Vesper, you have zero chance. There's no chance. Even the RK5 pistol, which is overpowered, you cannot match up against the Vesper. Once again, the classes extended mags, grip are needed 100%, and I would definitely recommend fast mags, and this gun is absolutely going to be insane. So those first 4 are pretty standard ones. A lot of people, if you play Black Ops 3, you'd know those are in the top 5 guns, but I'm going to put my 5th top gun in the game as the KN44. Now, why am I picking the KN44? The KN44 is sort of the dark horse in the race. It's always been around, and it's always been a good standard assault rifle without taking any nerfs, without getting any buffs. The KN44 is always going to be good until they nerf it, of course, as any gun is going to be. With the KN44, I recommend stock, fast mags, and quick draw, and this gun is one that you actually have a chance at close range. It's better than the M8A7 and the Man of War at close range, and it's still very strong at medium range. Long range can be a bit tough, but it is an assault rifle, and that's why KN44 is the perfect hybrid to people that want a mixture of a super rushing sort of playstyle and a sitting back sort of playstyle, because the other guns I've given here, Vesper and VMP, are really up in your face sort of guns. Man of War, M8A7 are really sitting back sort of guns, and then of course the KN44 is the hybrid to that. And like I said, the KN44 is one that's been the dark horse in the game, and that's why it's in my top 5 guns after this patch. Basically, what's changed with this patch, I said in my last video the Kuda isn't as good, and I was sort of wrong there. I mean, not wrong, I sort of exaggerated. The Kuda is still a good SMG, but they did nerf its time to kill at a 3-hit kill range and a 5-hit kill range, which definitely does impact it. There's going to be a lot of times where the enemies are going to kill you when they're one bullet, they have 1 bullet of health left or stuff like that, and it can be kind of annoying to use the Kuda. If you do like the Kuda, it is still a good SMG, but I definitely recommend trying out the VMP or the Vesper, because you definitely will enjoy those. Now, let me put these in order of my favorite of the top 5 guns in Black Ops 3. I'm going to put these in order. At the number 5th spot, I'm going to put the Man of War. The Man of War is still good. However, if I'm going to be using a Man of War sort of playstyle, I'm going to be using the M8 just because I think it's better. The number 4th spot, I'm going to put the KN44 just because of how good it is and how reliable that gun is. That's what I'm going to be putting in that spot. And then we have, of course, the Man of War, Can 44, and then in the third slot, this is where it gets a bit tricky. The third slot, I'm probably going to be putting the VMP. VMP is still a very good SMG, but I think right now at this moment, the Vesper is a tiny bit better. These are so interchangeable though. VMP would probably be at my third spot. Then I'm going to have to put the Vesper at the second spot, because while the Vesper is a very, very strong gun in the game, the M8A7 is definitely my #1 gun. Even though I'm an SMG sort of player, I've been adapting and using a lot of assault rifles, and that's why the M8A7, I really never understood how overpowered it was until about the last month. But M8A7 is definitely my #1 spot for most overpowered guns in the game. Of course, if you're an SMG player, M8 is not going to be your #1 spot. It's going to be Vesper or VMP. So let me know your top 5 guns in the comment section down below. Once again, this was a long video talking about all the top 5 guns. So if you guys want to enter that giveaway, drop a like and a comment. And also, there's the link to the app to download free COD points. Click that link in the description, download that app, and do the stuff on it. Start downloading apps to earn points. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. Thanks for watching, guys. If you made it to the end, subscribe for cookie and don't lookie. And I'm out. Peace.